Dr. Kathleen Walls.
And I'm Kendall John of the ABFA.
And you are watching Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN.
Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Where is my passion, purpose? Where can I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it? Dr. Walls and Friends. I find passion, purpose, inspiration too. At Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it. Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends, where I find it. Dr. Walls and Friends.
Welcome to Dr. Walls and Friends. We are here with a familiar face and someone who we could not do all the initiatives that we do here in St. Lucia without her. This is Miss CINDIE Finisterre of the Blue St. Lucia. You know, we talk about the blue all the time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day in St. Lucia. Look at the weather.
I know. We'll have to say, we'll panic for them so they can see.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So now, I see this fabulous award that you received here.
Yeah, well, we got this great award on Saturday, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm so honored, you know, to be, you know, the recipient, well, the property to be the recipient of this award. And of course, as you know, Blue St. Lucia is the primary sponsor for PIFF.
Yes.
And of course, you know, it's such a great pleasure to, you know, be a sponsor and to be working with Dr. Walls and Ed, and also, you know, to help showcase all the young talents that we have in the rich talent, homegrown talent in St. Lucia, and we'll continue, you know, to give our support to PFF, and I can see it's getting bigger. Last year it was done on a much smaller scale, but this year it was big, and I'm looking forward to bigger events here with the PIFF.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Great.
you also received the President's Award.
Yeah.
Still taken aback by that.
I'm still beaming and taken aback by, you know, my President's Award from Sisters in Harmony.
Yes.
I joined like 3 years ago when I met Dr. Walls Ed, and it has been a great pleasure working with you guys. You know, nothing is ever too much, you know, to do for you guys, and you know, it's such a great organization. I like what they do, and I'll continue to support, and I'm a member, and I'm a member for life.
Yes. So now tell us, why did you feel it was so important, one, for yourself to be a part of the Piton International Film Festival, but also to be the primary sponsor for what Sisters in Harmony does and what the film festival does?
Okay, so like we said before, Blue is not locally owned. The owners are from the UK, and all of us who work here are locals. And one thing that we do, even in our purchasing and everything, we try to support local. And like I said before, I never knew we had all of what I saw Ed and you brought to the hotel, all the talent, whether it's poetry, singing, persons playing instrument. I did not know we have all of that. And when you have those type of talent and it's homegrown, you ought to give them a platform to showcase what they do, to harness that type of talent and to encourage it. Because a lot of our young people tend to go astray because they do not get that type of support. And if it's one thing that I can do and the Blue can do, is to support, you know, rich and great talent.
And you know, it's so great that you said that, because one of the events that we had during the film festival was a filmmaking seminar.
Right.
And the first people to show up were the youth. And it was 4 of them, and I would say maybe roughly 14, 15, 16 years old. And they showed up early.
And they were excited.
So excited. So excited. And it's so funny because Brother Umoja and I have been talking about how when we arrived last Monday, there wasn't a film division And next thing you know, 4 days later, there's now a film
A film
division, a youth
yeah.
film division.
You see, we need that. Yeah,
Yes.
we need that. And I did not even know we had filmmakers down here.
Look at that.
I
And
did
we
not know.
showcased how many on opening night. Yes. And how was that going to the cinema?
Listen, it was great. And one person I cannot stop talking about is Demetrius Charles.
Yes.
I knew this guy. I worked with him, and I always knew he loved his poetry. He wrote, some short stories while he was here. But I did not know he was doing so big, and no one has said anything about Demetrius. And it had to take you, Sisters in Harmony, and of course PIFF to bring Demetrius back to us so we can see
Yes.
what he's up to. And I'm so proud.
Yeah, so incredible. His film Ascension and the topic of
It's
domestic violence.
great. Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's great what he's doing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So now tell us what is in store for the Blue now, because the season's getting ready to open back
Oh
up.
yeah, Blue has had a very good season. We've been busy since October last year up until now,
Yes.
and this is a record September for us today. Our occupancies are in the high 70s, and I have not seen that in many years in the industry.
Okay.
September is usually a month where you close up, do your deep cleaning, do some refurbishing, but this September we are busy. We're
Yes.
72 rooms. Some nights we have 62 rooms in September.
Wow.
So we're looking forward. On our forecast, we're showing that we have very high occupancies
Yes.
in the months to come. So we're looking forward to a very busy season.
Yes.
Yep.
So whenever you're coming to St. Lucia, make sure you check out the Blue St. Lucia. What's the website and best way for people to contact?
Okay, best way for persons to contact us is you get onto our website. It's www.harlequinblue.com. And of course, there are links there that you could use to get emails directly to us.
Yes, yes. And as you always know, you can go to travelbythespirit.com
Yeah.
or askdrwalls.com. It'll bring you right to the Blue, because this is definitely our home away from
Of
home.
course, yeah.
Yes.
Your
Well,
home.
Cindy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be speaking to you and Brother Umoja.
All right, and we'll be back shortly on Dr. Walls and Friends.
Okay.
Chanter plein plein, j'ai qu'empêche ta peur pour la peine plein. Voici le coco café pas chanter plein plein, j'ai qu'empêche ta peur pour la peine plein. Allez jardin pour des bleus, j'ai méditation fort. Va pour des commissions, va les mauvais temps. La pluie peut mouiller tête, la chauffer pour faire fort. Bagay bon, allez j'allais pour des bleus. Va pour des commissions, tu n'es compétent. La pique peut mouiller tête, les gens peuvent faire bon. Le pouce et puis d'acheter, les chefs bagay bon. Voici un gogo, plein plein. This next one is called Bien Mêlé. And of course, in our culture, we have lots of things that go well together. Mango exanana, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Now, if you want to sing along, that part is yours. Bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. All right, a little more steam, eh? Bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. So if I say, mango exanana, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Don't. On met Coca-Cola, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. And that simply means well mixed. Yes. Ready? All right. Who's that much shy by bien mêlé? Mango exanana, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. On met Coca-Cola, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Lui est des porte-pois, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Big me est des porte-noir, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Les pistaches, Pikachu, Brazil, nut, walnut, oui, les pistaches. Bonami à l'huile bien chaud, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Whisky et gros coco, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bel visage, belle manière, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Nous avec les potes coulées, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Il fait mon épée, il fait wasp, il est fort, il fait création. Mac and cheese, fish and chips, big fennec lambo wheel, chips and dip, lambo, fawin exaboka, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Volant et des banja, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Y'a plein rôti, salade, concombre, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Sky juice et t-shirt, warm, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bettia, Maria, NSC, ouvert yeux, il fait Java latte. Bacon cheese, things kind of perfect. Bacon clambo wheel, bacon aqua show, Aston Square. Bacon petit plaisir, big show d'ité, kako, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bouillon avec lait de coco, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Kiwi avec des porte-pois, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Fig me avec des porte-noir, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bacon cheese, bacon lambo wheel, bacon capacho, bacon petit plaisir, big show d'ité, kako, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bouillon avec lait de coco, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Bel visage, belle manière, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. Nous avec les portes coulées, bien mêlé, bien mêlé, bien mêlé. How you like that? Thank you very much for your participation. Now, we have one more song to do for you. And I had second thoughts whether or not I should do this song. But I beg you, listen carefully because it's a unique perspective on the state of fashion in our country today. The song is called Adam Fest Femme Pani Valet encore. Adam. C'est maman là, c'est pas tout, c'est Adam. S'il vous plaît, mon camarade. Best femme, pani fallait encore, il pani fallait encore, il pani fallait encore. Kadou, Adam. Best femme, pani fallait encore, il pani fallait encore, il pani fallait. Après yo pensa, après yo pensa, après yo mettez en côté, et yo passa moins vite. Après yo pensa, après yo pensa, après yo mettez en côté, et yo passa moins vite. Kadou, alors best femme, pani fallait encore, il pani fallait encore, il pani fallait Palestina, c'est ça. Adam, fesse from Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Mokadou. Adam, fesse from Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Il Pani. Ça veut dire qu'on marche this. Pas de fois que vous qui vous donc à marcher là, vous presque pour tomber. Rien pour catcher, rien pour marcher, regarder, pas toucher l'argent qu'à espérer. C'est ça. Alors, voilà. Est-ce quoi donc? Voilà. Est-ce quoi donc? Voilà. Est-ce quoi donc? Est-ce quoi donc? Parce que après du wisdom, pardon, best from Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Mokadou. Pardon, best from Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Il Pani fallait encore. Teach us well, yes they will, we could say, ooh la la, I love it, I blast for Sasu, yeah, can we got stream, yeah, what we like we, Rosie Larry, Moshi, what we see, TV, I really dear la we, and we, I love that we, I love them from Jeffy, Papa they were in the place, say, teach us well, yes they will. So like I said, this is simply a perspective on the state of fashion in our country. Now, I want to make special mention to my brethren. You may have heard a steel pan playing on the back of the track. That's my brethren, EVL. He's right now in England taking care of some business. He would have been here with us if it not for that. I just want to make special mention of Earl Bonelvis. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends here on the beautiful island of St. Lucia here at the Blue Hotel. And we are here with one of our behind the scenes, couldn't do it without him, men on the island for the Piton International Film Festival, Mr. Kendall John. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure.
Yes, yes. Now tell the audience, give a little introduction about who you are and what you do.
Okay, well, I'm Kendall John. I am president of the Audiovisual and Film Association, and I'm also a producer, TV director on the island.
Yes. Now let's talk about this film and TV. When did you know that this is what you wanted to do? When did that passion start to ignite inside of you?
Well, I have to admit that my brother and I must say that I am a twin, so people found out late, but I'm going to get it out there early. And so we both actually shared this passion for storytelling. Very early in our life, even in primary school, we used to be drawing little cartoons, books.
Okay.
And we actually used to sell them at the school until our parents found out.
Wow!
But however, so there was a bit of a market for it. But from that time, we knew that we wanted to go something in that direction. And it was many years later, I went into illustration. I did teaching and I did some illustration, book illustration. And then when it was finally time to decide, I decided, I spent 2 years at Helen Television Station, which is our premier TV station. And I decided I want to pursue studies in the area.
Okay.
And so I did 4 years at Brooklyn College in New York. And then after I came back, I've been working in the industry since then.
Yes. And what led you to open the Audio, Visual, and Film Association, the AVFA?
Yes. Well, myself and a few colleagues, we seem to be waiting for government or some institution to step forward and help those persons in the sector. And we realized, as Obama said, we're the change that we've been waiting for.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we had to decide that we were going to do something about it. And 3 of us, Colin Weeks, Jose Sinclair and myself put together a little plan and opened the Audiovisual and Film Association. And we've been going from strength to strength. We have about 30 or 40 persons that we send regular emails to and general meetings, etc.
Okay.
We have our sights on definitely improving the infrastructure for the film industry here in St. Lucia and having it take flight.
Yes, yes. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to come back to that idea of the film industry taking flight. All right. We'll be back shortly on Dr. Walls and Friends.
We have a raffle. Some people are going to be winning some stuff, so if you have your ticket stubs, please pull them out because you're about to win big.
Ambrose is going to sing to us, whoever wins, right?
All right, so let's see who the lucky person
I see
is.
a beautiful young lady in blue. Come on up and come pick a ticket for us. Yes, you. We have a couple things to give away.
You're supposed to be there. Everybody has their ticket stuff.
Right here, we have a couple more, okay? All right, 654674. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? She said no, get to my ticket. Good. No? All right, next. Shake it well. Shake it again. 654685.
Oh, hold on.
Come on up.
Oh yeah? Okay, we have a first winner. You can come on up and get your prize.
And so this picture right here is by an artist by the name Linda Antagonini. She does a project which is called Project Tupac after Tupac the rapper. And what she does is when she listens to his music, because she went through a period of distress, and as she listens to his music, it unlocked her gift and talent for painting. And so now she does each of these pieces. And she's currently traveling the globe doing this. And currently, she actually just left Italy and she's in St. Louis and she's originally from Seattle. So she sent this in honor of PIFF. So congratulations.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends with Kendall John. And before commercial break, we were talking about really the film industry taking flight here on the island of St. Lucia. And so what are some of those things that you feel as though are needed in order for that to happen?
Well, at least we got the first part going where we have an association that look out for the best interests of that particular industry. We also have initiatives like yours, which is the PIFF, the Piton International Film Festival. Film festivals help get industry up and going because there's no sense. What we have, film is performance art, is an art of display. There's no sense in making a film and not showing it.
That's right.
So the whole idea, hand in hand with the production of the film, you have to have the opportunity to display that film. And film festivals do that.
Definitely.
So I must say, I want to highly commend the initiative by Edmund and yourself in getting this film festival off the ground. And that's why APFA is strongly supporting this initiative.
Yes.
All right.
So we could not do it without the help of you and several other key people on the island. So we thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So these are the things we want in place. We're working with the Ministry of Creative Industries to get a film commission in place because even if we participate in that capacity at the moment, we want to do that. But also we want something formal with the ministry so that when persons come down here, they have some guidance when it comes to getting films shot on island.
Yes.
All right, and so we can perform in that capacity, but we can also need some official assistance from the government in that regard. And also, now we want to get the students, the young persons involved in the art form.
Yes, definitely.
And so we're trying to start an initiative on the MON as well when it comes to official courses that persons can pursue on island to get into the film industry.
Yes.
All right. We also offer workshops and persons who are just interested generally. So the ABFA would invite them to these workshops, so wet their feet. And they have some initiatives done by Rise St. Lucia. You have the Rise Film Festival, which is really targeting the youth.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
they have workshops specifically for the youth. They come and they learn what we have to offer, and they try and put together the productions, and then we display them in the film festival.
Okay.
So that's different ways we can get the industry up.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. You were talking about the youth and the importance of their involvement and giving them opportunities.
Yes. I think, again, if we really want this industry to get off the ground, we have to get the young ones involved. We note that in St. Lucia, there's a famous quote. I think there's Einstein that came up with that line. Basically, if we measure and assess the worth of a fish based on its ability to climb a tree, then it think it's an idiot for the rest of its life.
That would be true.
And I think that's what our education system sometimes perpetuates. We seem to be focusing on only one small part of the academic spectrum.
Okay.
And it's maths, it's English, etc. And the kids they're gifted. They're gifted, and we just have to learn how to tap into that. And there's athletics,
That's
there's
right.
the arts, and all these things are there. But we've been very myopic in our concept of success. And so even countries like Jamaica have been showing us that, hey, athletics is a form of success, and
That's
we
right.
can pursue that as well.
That's right.
I think our first millionaire, if I'm not mistaken, was Darren Sammy when he won his $1 million playing cricket, and everybody
Look
saw
at
it
that.
on TV.
Look at
You know what I'm saying?
And I had the opportunity to meet him the other day. He was at opening night at the film festival.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So it just shows that we have to broaden our mind and our vision when it comes to success. And I think film is just one of those ways where we can tap the talent that youth have and get them to express that and somehow make it a viable option for them.
I'm so glad that you said that, and I'm so glad that the Rise is done as well to work with the youth. And one of the things that was interesting was during our film festival, we had a filmmakers seminar. And the first people to show up for the seminar were the youth. They were about 14, 15, 16 years old. They came early, and they were there, and they were so interested. And we laughed because when we arrived, we did not have a youth division for PIFF. It wasn't even something we had even conceptualized. But before 5 days had passed, we had a youth division that was up and running and already filming and working on projects with Miss Demi Chanel, who's a filmmaker and has a sitcom and writes movies as well.
Right.
And so it's fascinating that when you create these opportunities for the youth, that they just jump right to it. You don't even realize they're hungry for it.
It's true. It's true. That reminds me of Junior Branford, who's the head of Malfini Productions. It
Yes.
really is about animation. And he decided to have this little workshop. He said maybe cater to about 15 kids. And before he knew it, 50.
Oh my goodness.
50 people, 50 kids were there waiting to take part in this workshop.
Wow,
So it just
look at
shows
that.
again that they are hungry for this, they
Yes.
are interested, they want to learn this. And maybe these are opportunities that we have to explore and exploit.
That's right. That's right.
Animation being one of them, again, because bottom line is that a lot of these things are sent offshore to less developed countries to do the smaller parts of animation.
Yes.
In Singapore and other places where the labor cost is a lot less. And so we're looking at doing that. Maybe St. Lucia might be too small, but we're already joining up with other countries that already have their animation cadres. So we have Jamaica, we have Trinidad. And so as a group, we might be able to handle some of that animation that is,
Yes.
that's $1 billion industry right
Easily.
now. Animation is
Easily.
ridiculous.
Yes, completely. And for all ages.
Yes,
From the
yes.
little people who haven't even spoken their first word yet
That's
to the elder. who
I
still
remember
enjoys it.
that, but when I was studying in college, they said, I think that year, which one was the most highest grossing film, and we went through a whole list of films, and everybody called out all the action films at
Yes.
the time. I said, no, at this point in time, it's Finding Nemo, guys.
Look at that.
Finding Nemo. All of us were like, what? And he said, yes, it's simply because you can cover the full range
Yeah.
from the babies right
All
up
the
to
way
the
up.
oldest person
That's
in the room
right.
can identify with Finding Nemo.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
It's the
so-
truth. And even now, I mean, the Minions.
Yes.
What are they in the billion? They've grossed over $1 billion. It
That's
has
correct.
blown away everybody, including Mission Impossible. Just blew them right out the water. Who would have
It is
thought that?
possible.
It is apparently it is possible, right?
Yes,
right.
yes.
So let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about you, the filmmaker.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be back shortly on Dr. Walton Friends.
Not a day goes by, it's a love poem. I write quite a bit of love poem. Actually, love started me writing. The piece that I will do, as I said, is called Not a Day Goes By. The last time I did it here, I did it with music, so no musical accompaniment this time. It's kind of dry, but not dry in terms of, hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. All right. Another day goes by. The morning finds me dreaming, and the nightlight has me in a daze. And not a day goes by that I don't think of you. You walk the streets with me, and I script slowly. You ride a bus with me, roaming the entire country. Aslawi, Shwazay, Kenawi. The ring of the phone is you, honey. The knock on the door is yours, sweetie. The key to my heart is yours, baby. You captivate my thoughts and lay in my bed readily. We do more than watch TV, and not a day goes by that I don't think of you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends, here with Kendall John. And we are talking about the youth and the importance of including the youth in this growing film industry in St. Lucia.
Yes. Again, if you're trying to build an industry, you really have to include the youth, or else the industry will die. So at the end of the day, it's for them and to take it to the next level. And so we have to put things in place, structures in place, to make sure that they participate at some level. And so AVFA, what we try and do, we're working with Rise Film Festival. Rise is an initiative really out calling Weeks.
Yes.
And he started this a couple of years ago, where they would do some workshops specifically for the youth, try and get them to do small productions,
Okay.
film productions, and then after that, they'll culminate into the Rise Film Festival, where you display whatever work that was done. And a couple of years have been going on very strong, and he has had some persons from the Rain Dance Film Festival in England come down the UK
Great.
to just to assess them and to give some guidance. And so we endorse that kind of activity. All right? And so AVFA join working hand in hand in that regard. And of course, we're hoping that these persons will be a natural nexus from them to the other film festivals, like the Piton Film Festival.
That's right.
Right? So
That's
you
right.
create, because some of the stuff that was created there, we actually did show.
Yes.
In the Piton Film Festival.
And that's wonderful. And as you know, it was so interesting because we arrived on Monday without a youth division for PIFF, and by Thursday we had a youth division for PIFF. It was not intentional, but it grew out of a workshop that they were having for our filmmakers. And it was so amazing because 14, 15, 16 showed up, and they were like, yes, this is what we want to do, and they had a name ready. And next thing you know, they were starting to film. They had photo shoots, they had video sessions, and before the festival had even culminated, they were already working on projects. And so that hunger in the youth, once the table was set for them, they were ready.
I mean, with the advent of the Android Android phones, I must say the young ones have just taken this concept of film and creation
Yes.
of content to the next level. I remember speaking to someone who was going to college, the South Louis on the Mon, and they said they were given a group project to do. Now most of the persons were doing drawings and paintings and PowerPoint.
Yes.
And they decided to do everything on video, but they used their phones. And let me tell you what they did on the phone. They created a song on the phone. All right. all the different parts of the song on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Then they did the graphics on the phone. They did the video where they shot it on the phone and then they edited it on the phone.
Oh my goodness.
So when he played it for me, everything was done on an Android phone. Is that creativity or what?
Wow.
I'm like,
Yes.
And I have to go to my computer and put that Adobe
Exactly.
Premiere on it. They did everything on their phone. And then he presented it. I'm like, yeah. So they are ready.
They
This
are ready.
generation, they're pumped and they're ready
Yes,
to go.
they
And
are.
we just have to provide the facilities and let
Yes.
them go with it. You know?
And I'm also thinking provide the standards and the expectations. Can you speak a little bit to that?
I think that's one of my concerns as well, is that yes, a lot of persons have that technology available to them, but they realize that there's a difference between what they see on TV and on the cinema and what they're recording on their phone.
Yes.
And so sometimes the academic aspect of it has to be a little more formalized.
Yes.
You have to tell them, okay, this is the reason why this looks like that. It's because there's something called 3-point lighting. And you have, you know, and you show them exactly what it is. And if they're willing to learn, because at the end of the day, they want their stuff to look as professional as possible. And so once we can set up that kind of arrangement for the young ones to learn the basics and the principles,
Yes.
then I think the sky's the limit for them,
I
especially
agree.
when technology is concerned, because they're playing with toys that I'm not even involved in as yet. I'm trying to catch up right now.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and talk about the toys you know how to play with to create your films. All right? We'll be back in a moment on Dr. Watson Films.
By the way, I made a lot of noise. So you can't prevent the noise. Zaga, zaga, zaga! What you say? What you say? What you say? What you say? Jah will provide for those who make the effort. Jah will provide for those who make the effort. What you say? Tell me what you say again. What you say? Tell me what you say again. What you say? Tell me what you say again. And tell me what will you do about the talk. About the talk. What you can do is your ability, but what you will do change your mind. What you can do is your ability, but what you will do will change your life. Baga baga talk. A baga baga talk. What you say, tell me what you do. Put the time and muscle, say you must get through. Determination is the effort from the soul. And if you do your best, I say you must reach your goal. And what you say, don't tell me what you say, tell me what you do. You settle down there just talking down with your crew. Don't just talk about it, walk about it, make it happen. Only way to never pretend anything is really gonna happen. What you say, tell me what you say again. What you say, tell me what you say again. Yeah, your seeds grow that, our seeds grow that. Won't you answer your call? Tell me what you say, tell me what you do. Put the time and muscle, say you must get through. Determination is the effort from the soul. And if you do your best, I say you must reach your goal. And what you say, don't tell me what you say, tell me what you do. You settle down and just talking down with your crew. Don't just talk about it, walk about it, make it happen. Only way to never tell anything is really gonna happen. What you say, tell me what you say again. What you say, tell me what you say again. What you say, tell me what you say again. About the talk. About the talk. Run the next one for me. Boom.
So right before commercial commercial break, I mentioned that we're going to talk about some of your projects. So tell the audience about some of the work that you've done in the past, as well as some of those projects that you're working on now.
Okay, well, in the past I've done some music videos and documentaries. I have done mainly documentaries, but my first music video was Boo Hinkson, and it was King of My Jungle. I'm one of those persons that will put myself in a situation by saying, I'll do it, and then afterwards I have to figure out, okay, how do I do that? So I was studying film at the time, and I just liked Boo Hinkson just released his album, and I was just so impressed with his album. And I was back on holidays, and I said, you know what, Boo, I really like that song. I want to do that, do a music video. Yeah, okay, do it. I'm like, okay.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, just tell me what you need. Okay, and so I decided to make that one of my projects. And the great thing was that it was totally funded by Boo. And everybody's scrambling around trying to get funding for their own little projects. I'm saying, well, I got mine from Boo Hinkson.
There we go.
And not only that, after the project was done, everybody's watching BET up there in the US, and Boo said he's going to play on BET, and everybody looked at me like, that's going to play on BET, get out of here. Nobody's taking me serious. And then I didn't know when it was going to come on. And eventually a guy called me, yo, it's playing on BET, man. It's playing. I said, I told y'all. And I'm there a sigh of relief, right? But
Exactly.
But yes, it got, so when my first project went like that, I said, I felt very good about it. Very good.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did a short film. Again, you have to pitch it to the faculty, and you have to get, only a few of us would get allowance to do that. And I was successful in securing that. And I shot it. My only regret is that I did not edit it right away. I said, okay, well, when I leave this college, I'll edit it at home. That sat down in the dust for quite a while, because once I came back home, it was work straight at SCS, and it was long hours. And it was only, I very recently actually released the film. It's, I think it was in 2013. I left in 2005.
Okay.
In 2013,
wow.
I released the film because because at that time I went on my own, and I said finally I could do what I wanted to do. I said, you know what, that's my commitment. Let me finish this thing, and I did it. So I was happy with the results of that, and now at present I'm working on a documentary. Funded by UNESCO for the most part, about our St. Lucian heritage.
Wonderful.
And it's a proposal I sent it to them, and they liked it, and they said, okay, we'll help fund it. And because St. Lucians, we don't seem to know much. I mean, when it comes to visually capturing some of these things, when it comes to our heritage, and I wanted to do something that would be, some time memorial, just hand there and stay there for us to appreciate.
That's a wonderful project. That's a wonderful project.
I'm looking forward to accomplishing that. Other than that, I'm working on the regular stuff that pays the bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? The ads, the stuff like that. I try and do ads that are different. And sometimes the clients will work with me. Other times they won't. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I get a client that works with me, I'm elated. You want to go with my concept? Great. And you're going to give the budget? Okay. And then after that, they're never disappointed when they go that route. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent.
But it's always a task sometimes to persuade them. Go that route.
That you move into a collaborative relationship.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
And so now when you're working with different projects or working with different organizations, what type of partnerships or collaborations do you like to make? How are they a benefit to the work that you're doing?
Well, I mean, I working with PIFF, that's an example. I met a lot of producers. I met Demi for one, and she's allowed me to meet some other persons, because my dream, of course, is to do a feature-length film. Okay. And a high-quality feature-length film.
Yes.
And so I've been in meetings with Demi, and we're looking at the possibility of getting funding for something of that nature. Because when you do shorts or you do ads and stuff like that, you really one day just want to do that epic.
Yes. Yes.
All of us have it in our head.
Okay.
If I get the chance, this is what I do. And so that's what I'm working towards at the moment. Getting a narrative film fully produced, and I think these kind of collaborations, such as with you all and ministry and all the different players,
Yes.
you get the result that you want, which is work on a narrative film, which I think a lot of filmmakers would like to do.
Yeah.
I think the AVFA, I was trying to ensure that we do that as part of our mandates, where we get resource funding and produce at least one feature-length film from the St. Lucian filmmaking community
That would be
every
excellent.
year. Of course, I'm getting some difficulty working out the budgets and the creative ministry, but I'm hoping that they can still become a reality and get some kind of funding, and somehow that maybe the private partnership as well might
Yes.
help, assist in that regard. So the sky's the limit if once we can use our resources wisely and get something that we can make our stamp.
That's
Say,
right.
yeah,
That's
St. Lucian
right.
filmmaking right there.
Because there's so, this is what was great about PIFF, is that we had an opportunity to highlight so many different filmmakers and different types of films, from music videos to documentaries to shorts to full features.
Right.
And different topics as well, from those that made us laugh to those that really made us evaluate our lives. And so there's definitely a need for filmmaking and for people to help sponsor the filmmaking. So for people who are watching this and say, you know what, we want to invest in what Kendall's doing, we want to invest in the ABFA, we want to invest in St. Lucia, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, as far as you personally as a filmmaker and director, and also as far as with the association that you're with?
Okay, well, my email might be the easiest way to get in contact with me. My email is darnell.john. Actually, my name is Darnell Kendall John.
Yes.
Everybody in the US knows me as Darnell John because they use first names over here.
Uh-huh.
But in St. Lucia culture, a lot of times people use their second names because the priest would not allow you to get your first name in. You have to go according to their standards, and then after that,
Gotcha.
you get the name that you really wanted. So my email is darnell.john@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then for ABFA, we have abfastlucia@gmail.com. That's abfastlucia@gmail.com. And so persons who are interested in just assisting the movement, the film movement in
Yes.
St. Lucia, that's one way to go. We can channel it to the ABFA, and then we try and work together and see how we can get this thing off the ground.
Perfect. Sounds great. Thank you so much for taking this time with us, and once again, thank you for being such an instrumental part in the Piton International Film Festival.
You're more than welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again real soon on Dr. Walls and Friends.
I find passion, purpose, inspiration to